Shabbat Shalom to the elect of the nation of Yasha'Allah. All praises to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rechaha Kodash. Double honor to the elder apostles of the Great Millstone, GMS. Peace, blessings, and salutations to the elect. Adawan Ratazar, which means Lord willing. So, Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. So, I've got a couple of articles I'd like to share with you. Okay. And, this is the first one from MSN.com. Alright. And you can see where things are going. All right, this is recent. It's put up about a week ago. All right, it says Elon Musk's Neuralink hiring spree to ramp up production of Fitbit in your skull. All right, so they're ramping up the manufacturing of the brain micro chip that is made by Elon Musk's Neuralink. All right, and Elon is officially a part of the cabinet of Donald Trump administration. All right, so it's no coincidence that the ramping up of this particular technology is now in the works. All right, it's in fruition. So it goes to show you, all right, what time we are in, concerning Bible prophecy regarding the prophecy of the beast, all right, the mark of the beast, all right, that's what I mean, detailed within the book of Revelation, chapter 13 and verses 16 on down. All right, so we are in a very serious time. We're in weighty times, all right, upon the earth, and we are undeniably in the time of the downfall of Esau's queendom. Okay. Elon Musk's brain implant venture Neuralink is on the hunt for more technicians to ramp up production of its open quote Fitbit in your skull, end quote. The billionaire has previously said that Neuralink's technology could aid those with neurological disorders and eventually enable humans to send messages or play games using only their thoughts. Alright. So yeah, they're boosting production, alright, to mass implant that electronic tag into people. Alright. And this device will be forced all over the planet, alright, because of this prophecy. Okay. So let's go to the book of Isaiah chapter 55 and verse 11. We'll get it in another translation. Alright. Isaiah chapter 55 verse 11 in the AMP version translation, and it reads, "So will my word be which goes out of my mouth. It will not return to me void, useless, without result, without accomplishing what I desire, and without succeeding in the matter for which I sent it." Right, and the mouthpieces of the Lord are his prophets. Okay. So this prophecy, nor any of the words of the Lord, for that matter, will not return void. It will, with no shadow of a doubt, right? It will be accomplished, all right? Basically, with no shadow of a doubt, it will be accomplished. Okay, it's going to be fulfilled, right, in our lifetime, right, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Okay. So go back to this article. It says the company which got the green light from the Food and Drug Administration in May 2023 to kick off human trials has so far only implanted the device in 2 patients, which I believe is more. All right. The coin-sized C-hip, a brain-computer interface (BCI), is placed under the skull, where 64 neural threads are connected to the motor cortex. The device then deciphers the desired movement of the person's brain and converts it into computer commands. One patient experienced issues with wires in the implant coming loose weeks after the surgery earlier this year. Okay. However, this hasn't deterred the tycoon who has described the tech as akin to having a open quote Fitbit in your skull end quote, as the company is now on a recruitment drive. The new roles will help boost production and will be instrumental in ramping production to accelerate progress towards our goal of restoring autonomy to those with unmet medical needs, according to the company's website, reports the Mirror. You see? See, that's the selling point, of this device, is they use it, you know, that's one of their selling points, to say it's going to benefit, those with medical needs, right? Like if you're physically handicapped, you can't walk or anything like that, or if you have any other particular ailment such as vision loss or hearing loss, right? Mental problems, so on and so forth, right? That's always been the selling point of this piece of technology, right? And the Bible speaks of those miracles that these devils are working upon the earth, and this is part of it, right? Transhumanism, merging man with machine, right? There are micro C hips, right, in your tablets and your phones, right? But he wants to insert that inside your body, okay? So that's the length that they're going for, right? Which is this is, hey, the Lord controls all things, all right? The both the right hand side and the left hand side, okay? Furthermore, it detailed that open quote, this study involves placing a small, cosmetically invisible implant in part of the brain that plans movements. The device is designed to interpret a person's neural activity so they can operate a computer or smartphone by simply intending to move. No wires or physical movement are required, end quote. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much the end of the article. Alright. So they're outright telling you what's going to happen, what their plan is, okay, how it's going to work. Alright, and this ain't hearsay or anything like that. This is, from a common, reliable news source. Okay. Mainstream media news. Alright. So yeah, there'll even be a job opportunity for people to surgically implant others with a C hip. Alright. So yeah, the elites are not wasting time. Alright, the time of playing games is over. But you don't recognize that. Alright? You don't recognize that. You don't realize that. Alright? They're actually, hiring individuals to mass produce these brain micro C hips. Alright? They're going all out. Okay? It's an urgent mission that requires extended hours and weeks, weekends, I mean. Alright? That's what they need. Alright? So they're, it's an urgent mission that requires extended hours and weekends. Alright? And things like that. Alright? And they may even say the pay is good, pay is decent. But don't take this job, man. Okay? You see, the original intent, alright, is to, what is it, help those with, neurological disorders and things like that, right? But it'll be extended to track every motion, every thought, every intent, every location of everyone on the planet, okay? By the powers that be, which is E, alright, starting with the chief tribe Amalek, the 1948ers, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, DuPonts, the Oppenheimers, the Gettys, etc. Okay. Let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16. So, hey, don't be surprised if they open up, offer job opportunities to come and be, the person that, implants this device into somebody else. Right? With a certain pay and benefits, etc. So and so, so much an hour or whatever, and things of that nature. We're not ignorant of Satan's devices. Revelation chapter 13 and verse 16 reads, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark, charagma, in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name." So that's pretty much everyone is going to be, required, right, to have this electronic tag, okay, inside, your body, or else you can't partake in society, okay? You can't buy, you can't sell, right? You can't use public transportation. You can't pay for things. All right. That word mark in the Greek, right? Charagma, going into an incision, in the flesh. Okay. This is a Sirach chapter 39 verse 1. But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies. Because we understand those prophecies through the spirit of Yahushua, we know what to look out for because, we're on the lookout. We're watching constantly for the prophecies. We know and understand what it is and what it entails, right? The beast, which is NATO and the EU, right, as a mark, which is the physical device, and that device, the MOTB, right, that's the acronym we use, to get around the sensitivity of this platform known as YouTube, as it tends to strike our videos and channels, right? That device, all right, it'll come to a point where he's going to impose it upon the masses subdermally. The word subdermally means under the skin, all right? So it'll bore through the skin, puncture the skin, and go inside the body. Okay, whether it's in the forehead, i.e., brain implants, or in your hands. All right, and there's different types of micro C hips out there. All right, all right, different implants out there being taken. Right, and he, right, so-called WHITE man, has a God complex, man. Right, he wants to be like the Most High. He wants to have complete knowledge of everything and everyone at all times. Right, he would see hip a snail, for crying out loud. Right, when they fully push this thing, right, that'll be a sign of the end of this man's, queendom. Okay, because when you go to the book of Micah, chapter 2 and verse 1, it reads, "Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it, because it is in the power of their mind." Sorry, because it is in the power of their hand. All right, that's what they do, and still continue to do. All right, they thoroughly plan out how they can implement this thing, right, through an infrastructure, right, that they need to build, right, that they need to build up for this, device, along with the technology, right, and then on top of that, they're getting the people to get accustomed to it, through their tricky schemes and designs, right. This thing just happened overnight. This is something that the plan, to sit down and have their, secret councils and these summits and things like that, and plan out these things. It's not just by coincidence, or it's just done the next day. See, they're working evil upon their beds, all right, and that's why they carry it out in in the morning. They carry it out. You see, and don't forget, man, there was a time when the generation that uses cash, that generation, you know, the old age pensioner generation, if you will, right? That generation, is they're having to get used to the new technology, especially the digital system, right? Or else, they get shut out, right? They're old school. They're not, tech savvy. Now the younger generation are more obviously tech savvy. They're more tech literate, right? Even people who are, close to middle age and middle age, even, they're up to par with this stuff, all right, and stuff like that. Unless you have your few that or, quite a number of them that may live in a small town in the countryside. Like even being a farmer. That's not comfortable and confident with using up to date technology. Right, but you still got people in their late 40s, late 50s. And of course, the younger generation that know how to work apps on their smartphones, using biometrics and other functions and things like that. And they're used to that, right? And now you have a thing called gradualism. We had a cash-heavy society. Then they introduced credit cards. Right now, there's less ATMs all of a sudden and less bank branches. Right, there's internet banking, mobile banking. All right, that's what the persuading the people to use more. You know, control your money better using your mobile banking app, things like that. Transfer money this way. You know, move your payments this way. You move money this way. Conduct your transactions like that. All right, that's what the convincing the people to do. Okay, and more digital payments like Apple Pay, Mastercard, Google Pay. Use your phone to pay for an item or items. Okay, etc. Okay, and that's what society you know does right now as a majority. Okay, you got different service payment providers as well. Okay, so what does this boil down to? All right, the money on that micro chip will be digital. All right, they will eventually do away with cash. Once and for all. Okay, digital currency is going to be the next big thing. What are they working towards right now? Central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. Here's another article. This is from biometricupdate.com. The headline says South Korea plans pilot for mobile ID next month. This was put up on the 29th of November 2024. A trial for the issuance of the mobile version of resident registration cards in South Korea is set to begin on December the 27th. Okay. And everyone's pretty much has a mobile phone, and everyone's glued to it. Okay, that's what the elites want, man. Okay, they want everything. They want you to basically do everything on your phone. Okay, pay for things, whatever. All right. The government, through the Ministry of Interior and Safety, has announced that the move is part of the national ID system digitization efforts. The Korea Bizwire reports. And this is something they want the whole globe to be interconnected with. All right. They want to push this MOTB system, despite the fact that different nations will have different ways of doing things and going about it, but they want this whole MOTB system to be global. All right. The new mobile ID has also been designed with enhanced security features, data protection capabilities, and greater user convenience. All right, we're not ignorant of any matter, small or great. All right. As part of the data security measures, the government says the ID has been embedded with blockchain and encryption systems to shield against data breaches or illegal access. Only one ID can be registered on a phone per user, and the expiry duration of the digital ID shall be 3 years. To give room for a boost of the security features, the pilots are like testing phases, all right, shall run for 2 months and will involve 9 of the country's municipalities. Officials have also explained that the new system, which is provided for by the recently revised Resident Registration Act, will equally make it possible for citizens to apply for mobile versions of their ID cards using physical ones. Citizens who are 17 years of age and above and who hold a physical card are eligible. The amendment to the Act sets out a legal framework for the use of mobile IDs in the country. Okay, so yeah. Mobile ID can be obtained by applicants visiting local ID issuance offices and scanning a QR quick response code, or using an ICCHIP embedded card at a fee of 5,000 South Korean won, which is 3.5 US dollars. The government says it plans to encourage adoption of the mobile ID with the issuance of 468,000 free copies to first-time ID applicants. Commenting on the move to issue mobile IDs, Interior Minister Lee Sang-min called it a historic transformation of the resident registration card, which underscores the country's push for innovation as a pathway to leveraging its digital transformation potential. Okay. Look at this. Korea's mobile ID ecosystem is tipped as a good example for countries building digital ID and digital public infrastructure systems in Southeast Asia and elsewhere. Right? Mid this year, South Korea extended the resident registration cards to compatriots living abroad. See that? Making it convenient for that. So, so you know where things are heading, man. All right. You're gonna have your digital wallet alongside that. All right. And then the C hip completes it all. Okay. Isaiah chapter 33 and verse 6 reads, "And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. The fear of Ha'adawan Yahweh is his treasure." You know, so we're warning the people, especially our people, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the Israelite foreigner speckled bird, scattered amongst these other nations, maybe even looking like them, all right, of what's to come. All right, you're the true biblical Hebrew Israelites, okay? So we're warning our people, warning the people of what's to come, you know, what's coming down the pipeline, okay? And articles such as, you know, the one on MSN regarding Elon Musk, all right, and even that one, biometric one, all right, but more so, you know, the one regarding Elon Musk is living proof of this prophecy coming to pass. So you know how close we are, right? So we're measuring the times diligently in itself via the news and current events and filtering it, you know, through the scriptures, right? They're looking to mass produce this thing. They're looking to expand, right? Mass manufacturing to get more and more people on board. Okay, this technology they want it to, you know, they want it to trend. They want it to be trendy, right? They already have the FDA's approval for human trials already. Okay, so this is the final step for this devil's NWO agenda. You know, he wants to insert that C hip inside you, and if you give in to the B system, right, and get karagmad, you know, you eventually you just become a robot, right? Essentially, you just be a robot. They'll have complete control over you. Complete every aspect of your life will be dictated. All right, they'll know everything about you. Okay, they're already tracking people with phones anyway, and things like that. These smart TVs that you know, he is a freak. You know, he wants to know exactly what you're doing, man. Just constantly like that. So yeah, mind you, you know that mobile thing that's happening in South, you know, Korea. Okay, these things. All right, the different countries are gonna adopt different ways of doing it. Ezekiel chapter 28 and verse 1 reads, "The word of Ha'adawan Yahweh came again unto me, saying, Son of man, say unto the prince of Tyrus, Thus saith the Lord Power, whose name is Yahweh, because thine heart is lifted up, and thou hast said, I am a God, I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas, yet thou art a man and not God, though thou set thine heart as the heart of God." Right? The modern day prince of Tyrus is the Caucasian people, right? Our current slave master, right? You see, and that's his pride, man, right? His heart is lifted up, his heart going into the Hebrew word lab, which means the mind, right? He said, I'm a God, and I sit in the seat of God in the midst of the seas, right? Again, he's proud, man, right? And he'll never have that power. Okay. Verse 3. Behold, thou art wiser than Daniel. There is no secret that they can hide from thee. And he knows a lot of things. The Lord has blessed him with their technology, you know, to search out things and dig for information. Verse 4. With thy wisdom and with thine understanding, thou hast gotten thee riches, and hast gotten gold and silver into thy treasures. Right? That's what they've done. Verse 5. By thy great wisdom and by thy traffic hast thou increased thy riches, and thine heart is lifted up because of thy riches. Alright? Yeah, man, they're filled with pride, man. Obadiah tells you that. Alright? And they believe they're untouchable and that their kingdom will continue on forever and ever. Okay? Verse 6. Scriptures, got, mentioned, especially in the book of James, chapter 5, starting from the top. Alright? How it goes into how they got, their riches deceitfully. Alright? And scripture mentions how, they're going to vomit up riches. Okay? Verse 6. Therefore, thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, because thou hast set thine heart as the heart of God. Behold, therefore, I will bring strangers upon thee, the terrible of the nations, and they shall draw their swords against the beauty of thy wisdom, and they shall defile thy brightness. That's going into the nuclear destruction. Alright? Verse 8. They shall bring thee down to the pit, and thou shalt die the deaths of them that are slain in the midst of the seas. Wilt thou yet say before him that slayeth thee, I am God? But thou shalt be a man and no God in the hand of him that slayeth thee. Okay. So is that what you're going to be saying when, you get slayed? Is that what you're going to say to Yahushua and the angels? Alright? The majority of the people consent to eat and take his sihib, right? Looking to him like a god, like the object of salvation. Alright? So they will join unto him, but though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. Alright? So they will join unto him, but they will get taken out. They'll get wiped out in World War III by the thermonuclear missiles. Alright, and by Yahushua and the angels. Okay? So yeah. Let's go to the book of Revelation, chapter 3, and verse 10. And these are the words of Yahushua as it's in red. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. Right? Through Yahushua that, the elect will endure and make it, through the trial, through the hour of temptation. Okay? The word patience goes into suffering. Okay? And this is going to come upon the world in an oikumeni sense, man. The whole inhabited earth. You see? Alright? So you can't participate in this man's kingdom if you deny, that sihib. Hence the reason why many people will fall for that and be deceived, but the elect won't. Right? The elect can't be deceived. Alright? Isaiah chapter 65, verse 13 reads, Therefore thus saith the Lord power Yahweh, Behold my servants shall eat, but you shall be hungry. Behold my servants shall drink, but you shall be thirsty. Behold my servants shall rejoice, but you shall be ashamed. Right? There's going to be people that's going to be hungry and thirsty. Right? And ashamed. Alright? But those serving the Lord will be taken care of, and that's the elect. Alright? Verse 14, Behold my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but you shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. Yeah. That's what our enemies are gonna be doing, man. They're gonna be howling, man. They're gonna be vexed. Okay. How come I'm suffering over here, but they're eating? So the heathens will be saying, man. And even the wicked of our people too. Okay. But the elect will be taken care of. Yeah, man, there's examples in the scriptures. An angel baked a cake for Elijah. Even ravens came and fed him. Alright? Ravens came and fed him meat. Okay? So, miracles are getting ready to happen, man. Alright? The devil's doing his left hand miracles. Right? And miracles through Yahweh Shemashah on the right hand side is getting ready to happen. You see? So, we're not ignorant to Satan's devices. Alright? And I wanted to bring those articles to your attention. Okay? Because every little new update and move that they have is all leading down this road. Alright? Mobile ID next month. And they really want this even quicker. Okay? See if there's any other things regarding any other similar things. Meanwhile, the masses are distracted with Diddy and things like that. More information is coming out about that. Tom Hanks was involved in that. That like scandal thing. Right, the actor. Ellen DeGeneres left the US and came over here. Right now, a mansion in Cotswold got flooded out in water. You can't escape the judgment of the Lord. It's good to go on this website from time to time. Okay, this Smile ID rides Nigeria's surge in biometric verifications to 200 million milestone. Okay. Smile ID has completed 200 million identity verification checks across the African continent after celebrating 150 million checks in June. Okay. So yeah. So where things are heading. All roads leads down to the digital all that RFID Micro C hit, man. Alright. The elites want to crash this economy. Alright. Cashless society. Things like that. It's hard to track and trace cash, but it's easy for digital, easy to track digital payments. You can see when they paid for something, the time, the place, whatever. Okay. So on and so forth. Investigation confirms theft of 2.7 million digital ID records in Pakistan. Wow. So yeah. But with that, I'm going to say Shabbat Shalom to the elect of the nation of Israel.